Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christy, and today's video is going to be over a Casita rally that I attended a few weeks back. It was held at the Salmon Lake RV Park, which you may have already seen that video that I posted, a review of that park, but it's in Grapeland, Texas, and this particular rally is called the Pineknot Rally. And so our hosts for this rally were Dave and Linda Allen, and they did a fantastic job, but I'm told there were 81 campers in attendance, mostly Casitas. Now we did have some Escapes, some Olivers, I think there was a Bowler and a few others, but it was mostly Casitas there, and there were 140 people attending. So that's a lot of people. Now, if you have not been to a rally, I highly recommend you go, especially if you're a newbie or you want to get plugged into the community. So often at rallies, and was the case in this rally, they have instructional classes for you. There was an organization class for your casita, there was boondocking for newbies, there were cooking demonstrations, and a lot more. They also had all kinds of games and activities and live music and the campfires, which was my favorite part actually of all of it, just sitting around the campfire sharing stories and ideas and information, and I walked away with new places that I want to try out. So that was the fun part for me. Also at the rally, I got to meet Mike and Susan of the RVBlogger. They have a huge YouTube channel, and they're just super genuine people. They actually covered the rally, parts of the rally, and they did some tours, and they did a tour of Gidget and an interview with me, as awkward as I am. But they're going to post a video, and it's actually going live tomorrow night, which is Sunday at 7 o'clock. So make sure you check them out. It's RVBlogger, and I'll put the information in the description below. But they were very, very nice people, and even given that their channel is huge, they took the time to sit down at the campfires with me and just really let me pick their brains about the YouTube community and travel in general. So really, really nice people. It was great meeting you guys. Also at this particular rally, we had Katie's Closet was there, installing closets. Casita Works was there, installing hitches. I also want to do a quick subscriber shout out to Lorraine, who got her Casita 2 hours before in Rice, Texas, and then drove to the rally. And bless her heart, she was just kind of thrown into it and was having to learn as she went. The Casita rally was actually a great place to learn those things, but it was wonderful meeting you. Thank you for all the kind words that you had to say, and I wish you the very best of adventures out there. You got this, girl. Also, one more quick little subscriber shout out. I wanted to say hey to Paul and Denise and say thank you so much for your generous donation and your support of the channel. But also, I wanted to tell you guys real quick, not only did they support the channel, but he gave me a business card and said, hey, if you're ever in this area, you ever have a flat, anything, just give us a call and we'll be glad to help you out. I thought that was really, really a nice thing to do. So it was fabulous meeting you guys. Safe travels to you. So the majority of this video is actually going to be some interviews that I did with a few folks at the rally. So I did ask a few of the attendees if they would share with you guys some of the mistakes or some of the embarrassing things that's happened to them. I didn't get to interview as many people as I wanted because I came up with the idea kind of late in the rally, but that may have to be a different video for that. So make sure you stay tuned to see what they had to say. So as I mentioned, this rally was held at the Salmon Lake RV Park in Grapeland, Texas, and it's a fun little park. If you haven't seen the video, go check that out. I had an engagement just prior to this rally that had been canceled, so I went ahead and just went early, and apparently I was really early. Now you guys know that I am used to traveling by myself, so it wasn't a big deal for me. But people end up coming in a few days before, up until staying to a few days later than the rally. So in the next few days, it started to fill in quite nicely. I ended up with some friends, great bunkmates, if you want to call them that, Tyler and Jesse. They have a channel also called Travel Like No One Else. Tyler was our fire king. He was in charge of the fire pit on our side for the majority of the rally, and he did a really nice job keeping us all warm for our campfires. As you can see, they pack a lot of our tiny little campers in together, and in my opinion, you really don't meet a stranger when you're at the Casita rally. So being mixed in and around all those people, the like-minded people, I just really enjoyed the time together and enjoyed the rally. So as I mentioned, I asked a few of the people attending the rally if they would share some stories with you on mistakes. And I thought I would share with you one of my many mistakes as a new camper. It was probably my second or third time camping, and I was at a nice RV resort. When I hooked up the sewer hose, the part that goes from the camper down into the little receptacle there at the park, I thought it was securely connected. I found out later that I was very wrong, very, very wrong. So later when I went to dump the tanks, you always dump the black tank first, which the black tank is going to be your sewer, your toilet. And I pulled the lever to dump the tank and everything starts flushing. And then I realized I'd made a big mistake and it pops off of the connection. And I proceeded to spray the yard with the contents of the black tank. And I couldn't get to the handle fast enough to stop the damage that had been done. And y'all, I was mortified. I mean, why couldn't it have been the gray water, the shower water? Oh, no. It was the sewage. And so that was the biggest newbie mistake that I made right off the bat. So I highly recommend that you make sure your sewer hose is securely connected before you pull that black tank lever. Otherwise, you're going to have a big old mess. So that was one of my campfire stories, and here are a few more from some of my friends at the rally. All right, so I am here with Norma and Marky, and I had asked them to share a story with us. So what do you got for me?
Well, when we first bought our RV many years ago, I learned really quick before unhitching to put the chocks on, because when you unhitch, even though I had removed the front wheel on the tongue jack, when I unhitched, the trailer rolled back. Fortunately, they had a cement stop, and I tried to hold the trailer, but believe me, you're not going to hold that trailer. No, a ton and a half rolling back,
sure,
down the hill. So, but fortunately, it hit that cement stop, and nothing really happened. But there was a little creek bed behind it. It would have been a total loss.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, that's why it was rolling down, because of the hill. But now, my recommendation is put the chocks on before you unhitch.
Perfect. And you'll probably never ever do that again.
Oh,
never have done that again.
That only happens to you one time. When you see that trailer rolling back, believe me, and you're trying to hold it. I'm glad nobody had a camera back there.
Too bad I missed that.
I was holding on to it for dear life.
All right, so this morning I had to go do my business, and from last night I forgot to change on the sink from the shower mode back down to the sink mode, so I got a nice shower surprise right after my my bathroom visit.
Are you going to do that again ever?
Probably tonight.
All right, Doug, and so tell us what you're doing here at the rally.
Well, I'm here for fun, but I'm also here to install hitches if anyone needs a hitch. But we're going to expand soon. I'm buying a new machine that folds metal. So we'll be making new products soon.
And where are you actually located?
We're in Bryan, Texas.
And is CasitaWorks.com?
CasitaWorks.com, yes.
All right, you guys check him out. He's a pretty cool guy.
Okay, one of our first incidents we had is our second trip out ever. We went to a Casita rally where we were doubling up, and you cannot keep your tow vehicle in front of your Casita. So we pulled up and immediately unhooked our truck, went to go park it, and quickly found out our power cord was too far away from the post. And another young man walked up and pulled up a chair and opened a beer and asked him, how could I help him? He said, no, I was helping him because we turned into the entertainment for him. So that was one thing I can give you is make sure before you unhook your tow vehicle, make sure all your water hose and electrical cords reach the outlets they need to go to.
And you're not the first person to do that. I've done that with the sewer hose, and I've had to disconnect and start over.
And we've done it twice.
We did it twice.
All right, so it takes you guys a little while to learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've been lucky, haven't done any of the ones you really hear about that everybody's done, the ones that cause damage, but about the only thing I can come up with is several times when we're ready to break camp. Of course, a lot of people have the stabilizers both on the back and on the front, and I found out that it's probably a real good idea if you go ahead and get the front stabilizers stowed before you try to unload the back stabilizers.
Because otherwise you go
Otherwise, the trailer starts going up and it doesn't do any good.
Now, Paula, is that really the only mistake he's ever made?
I think so.
I'm talking about, you know, camping, of course.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, other than that.
There's always something.
Let me give you my list.
Right, so tell us what you guys did wrong.
One of the biggest challenges for us, besides backing it in, was dumping the tanks. So the first time we did it was kind of okay. The second time, but we had gloves and we were all prepared, sanitizer. And so my husband did it in the order it should be done: black tank, gray tank, rinse again. And when he got through, he's like, "Okay, Susie, I'm done. I'll take care of this. You just go ahead and put the hose together, you know, scrunch it up and put it where we store it." I'm like, "Okay." So I'm scrunching, and I get almost halfway there, and all that was left went shooting over into the people next to us campsite. The good thing was there was nobody in that campsite at the time, but I was so embarrassed, and I didn't know what to do, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, "Hurry up, we got to get out of here."
I bet you never did that again, did you?
No, we did never. never.
So guys, I'm here with my friends Paula and Randy, and when I asked if there were any blunders that they wanted to share, Randy had this to say.
I'm Randy, that's Paula. When we were sitting out at the fire last night, I realized later on that during the day I had the windows open and the vent fan to keep it nice and cool. And then as the evening went on, it got nice and cool outside, and I had neglected to turn off the furnace. And I came into the trailer and realized that the furnace had been going for quite some time.
You were heating the outdoors, were you?
I was heating the outdoors, wasting propane, which could turn into a problem. So that's the only mistake I've ever made.
The only one ever. Paula, is that correct?
It's please, the only one?
That's it, right?
Oh gosh, yeah,
For
yeah,
today.
that's it. That's totally the only one, honey. You've never made another
And we have that on
mistake.
camera. That's perfect. So I have one more video for you. This one is from Louis and Katie Fernandez of Katie's Casita Closet. And they were at the rally. They were busy installing closets. And so I didn't get a chance to catch up with them and actually record when we were at the rally. But Louis was kind enough to go ahead when they got back to sit down, record a little snip for you guys. They actually sent me 3 mistakes. I picked this one, and I'm going to save the other 2. Maybe we'll do a collaboration video or something in the future. But again, they are from Katie's Casita Closets, and I'll put the link for those guys in the description as well. So here's their story.
Early in our camping career, I have one of the Rhino blasters that I clean my tanks out with. So what I did was I was cleaning out the tanks, and then during that process I accidentally, the Rhino blaster had, and Katie was assisting, and we were both kind of figuring all this stuff out. And the Rhino blaster has a valve. It lets water go up into the tanks, and it has a valve that lets water go out into the sewer hose.
And the purpose of a Rhino blaster is to clean the tank out more thoroughly than you can do other ways. So it builds up some pressure and a water level, particularly in the black tank.
Right.
So that the movement of the water carries out all the debris with it.
Right.
That's important.
And so you have a water hose hooked to it that pressures the water and so for a Rhino blaster to work, one of the gates has to be open. And what I made the mistake of doing is I closed both gates. And when I closed both gates, water was being pressured into that chamber. Well, I did not know this, but the Rhino blaster is designed to blow apart if it is under pressure with both valves closed. So what we had is a little bit of semi-poopy water in the Rhino blaster, and it exploded. And it went all over me, and it went all over Katie. And of course, like I said, it wasn't funny then.
It flew up in my face.
Right.
That was when he says it went all over him, it kind of splurted at him and it blew up in my face.
Right, and like I said, it wasn't funny then, but
no,
it is kind of funny now.
It took me a while to get cleaned up.
It is kind of funny now.
And I stood with a hose over my head for like 5 minutes.
Right, needless to say, I haven't done that again.
And I almost have forgiven him.
Right.
So guys, I hope you liked the video. Maybe learned a little something, maybe laughed a little bit. And I highly recommend, if you have not tried a rally, to check one out. If you don't have a Casita, you can always search the manufacturer for your camper to find out what rallies are in your area. But as far as Casita rallies go, you can actually go to the website for Texas anyway, which is mfrvg.com, and I'll put that in the description for you. And that's going to give you a listing of the Texas rallies coming up. So these are the rallies that I actually know about that are coming next year. The first one is April the 12th through the 16th, and that's going to be the Blue Bonnet Rally, which is held in Bandera, Texas. And it's my understanding that that's actually one of the biggest Texas rallies. It was one of the first ones that I went to last year. It's a fun rally, so check that one out. Then there's also, the next one is going to be the Javelina Roundup, and it's my understanding that it's not a rally per se, it's more of just kind of a gathering, a meetup to hang out with people. And that one is going to be October 1st through the 8th, and it's held in the Davis Mountains. I have not been to that one yet, but I hear it's a lot of fun, so that's going to be probably on my list for next year. And then last but not least, the Pine Knot Rally will be held again at the Salmon Lake RV Park in Grapeland, Texas. The dates on the Pine Knot Rally are going to be October the 18th through the 22nd of 2023. So if you have not been to a Casita rally, I highly recommend it. If you want to learn things, if you want to get plugged into the community. Listen, at these rallies, you can learn decorating ideas. You can learn what people prefer for their mats, their chairs, their cooking equipment, what decorations, just kind of the gamut of anything you want to know about what other people do with their casitas. So I hope you liked the video. Remember to always enjoy those little things, and we'll see you next time.